I just say...
Probably not.
I just say...
That is catastrophic noise. Oh, by the way, Christine Scott Thomas has been in touch, and she invited just you to a karaoke night. Just you. It's tonight. But she has said she can really go for a man who can sing. Really. So, you know, big, loud voice. Doesn't have to be tuneful. Just belt it out loud. Some Tom Jones numbers.
Can I do Will Young's?
She'd love you then. Can you what? Do Will Young?
I'd quite like to operate on his eye, wouldn't you? Because I think if you get a hospital to have something done, there'll be strangers.
It's kind of antiseptic and impersonal. Whereas if we do it, if it's done by your mates, with friendship, we can do it for you with friendship and a spoon.
Yeah.
Cut it off, and you'll be grateful.
I tell you what, instead of hurling abuse at each other, why don't we do the news?
Yes, let's do the news.
Yes.
Car news.
Yes.
We could do some... Well...
They're all nodding.
You said
I've just noticed that I started winking at millions of people. It's switched a bit in my eye.
God.
Millions of people are doing this, James, trust me.
Right, let's get on with the proper news, and we start with roadside news. You see, Little Chef have decided to get Heston Blumenthal in to revamp the famous Olympic breakfast, which is very popular, but perceived as rather unhealthy.
So what's he done to it?
What he's done is drizzled it with extra words. So you see, in the old Olympic breakfast, you used to get British pork sausage. You now get outdoor reared British pork sausage. You used to get...
Sorry, can I just say, outdoor reared sausage?
Yes.
Keeps pigs in their house.
Well, quite.
Apart from Richard, obviously. You do have a horse in your house.
On occasion, it has been.
It's an indoor reared horse.
It has been, no.
So you used to get 2 rashers of back bacon, but now you're going to get 2 rashers of Wiltshire cured back bacon. And you used to just get mushrooms, but now you get... You used to get mushrooms.
Do you know when you really screw your eyes up to laugh like that? Something comes out of your eye infection. And if you get it on me, I'll kill you.
Look at it.
God, it is like sharing a sofa with a leper. Is it leprosy? Just tell me straight, is it? Because if it is...
It's just an eye infection. Look.
Hear no evil, see no evil.
Honest, you sound like a broken gate creaking in the wind. You're rotting in front of me.
What do they call these mushrooms, James?
Mushrooms
I'm not hungry now, anyway.
Mushrooms have become roasted field mushrooms. I hate food, Ponsery.
Can I just say, okay, you know Aston Martin laid off 600 people this week. Why didn't they just change the name of the DB9 to an organic, free-range Oxfordshire DB9? And then we all would have bought one.
Well, anything sells better if you give it a county in its name. It's just...
No, it doesn't. Depends which county you're talking about. I'm not going to buy a Jaguar West Midlands.
No, I'm quite... Yeah, some counties have more glamour than others.
I'm not going to buy a Nissan Powys.
No, it's got to be the right county.
Or anything from Norfolk. It's from Norfolk.
So that was, again, just dogs could hear that bit.
This is temporary. That, on the other hand. I suspect it's going to get bigger and bigger until...
Yeah, all right.
He told me earlier on that he's worried if he does go to the doctors with it, they might cut off the wrong bit, throw him away, and send him to come back.
Well, I think it could be the size of a cauliflower this time next week. Tune in.
Wow, what if it gets big enough to have to dress it with clothes?
It won't be an eye patch, it'll be an eye box you'll be wearing next week.
Big eye bag. Shh. Oh, just a good
one
result.
point, your buttons have come undone on your shirt and it's distracting me quite badly.
They really have.
But I just out the corner of my eye, I could just see 2 breasts.
You're not that ill then, are you?
No, I'm not ill. That's the ridiculous thing. I'm not ill at all. I'm in good form, good shape.
Oh, never mind, you've lost your...
Oh, James can't see.
One of them.
Don't hang that great pustulous thing over me.
He's just giving your breasts leprosy. OK, you two. Who is the best motorcyclist of all time?
Rossi, probably.
Mike Hailwood.
Mike Hailwood. You're both wrong. In fact, the greatest motorcyclist who ever lived is an Indian chap that I found on the internet this week. Just have a look at this. Here he is, riding along, OK? And you're probably thinking, well, what's so great? Ready? Look at this. He's texting.
And he's lying down.
How's he making the throttle work?
Because I thought if his foot was on the bars, he could
See,
have...
now-
How's he doing that? That's astonishing.
I mean, the thing I've got to ask you, OK, what if there's an emergency, and this being India is likely to be one about here, how does he brake?
Well, I don't know, because he's nowhere near any of the things he needs to be near, like his brakes and clutches. He'll have to get back on the bike first, and then enjoy his crash.
Well, well done, you.
That's you know, I've got that old Moto Guzzi, which I think is sort of cool and laid back in old California. It's like sitting in church compared with that bloke.
I know.
That is the best bit of motorcycling I've ever seen. Stop
That's
looking at my eyeball.
I can't see anything else when I look in that direction.
Well, how much do you think I can see out of this bloke?
Well, very little.
You can't see this.
You're right, I can't.
See this thing.
Is it weeping stuff, or have you had it varnished so it's all nice and shiny?
Listen, Hammond, can I just get it back on track? I know it's distracting.
It's distracting.
And you're sitting
He's
next
got
to
a
him.
space hopper stuck to his eye.
Do you want me to use a little
No,
bit of
don't touch anything I've got. Oh, God, no.
I could just rinse off the bit of makeup that's covering your huge spot, Hammond.
Oh, that's true.
I had forgotten about that.
He
I
has
too have
got
leprosy.
a whopper.
Yeah.
It's massive. It's
I
got
too
an
have
opinion.
leprosy, actually, if I'm honest there.
Can we just forget our illnesses? Nobody's interested. So no, but that's got makeup on it.
I'm just joining
What
in
we're
with
not
the
seeing is the
leprosy thing.
pulsating redness of it. It's a supernumerary head.
I think it winked at
Actually,
me
I think
earlier
it's a supernumerary penis, and it's going to sprout out of you another one.
on. That could be all.
But it'll be okay. It's the same size as that one.
There you go. Thank you.
Anyway, look, this is the Citroën Hypnos. It's an experimental car, and the interesting thing is it's fitted with a camera inside on the roof, which looks at your face, it reads your emotions, they say, and then it adjusts the cabin lighting and fragrance accordingly.
So it changes the smell according to your mood or what it...
And the light.
Yes, and the lighting.
What does angry smell like? Do you do that? What does scared smell like? I know what it smells like.
How do you represent regret with cabin lighting in a car?
They haven't actually
A
worked
wistful
out.
sense of loneliness.
This car smells funny. I know I was displeased with my postman this morning. The French have gone mad, haven't they?
Yeah, they haven't actually worked out the details, but that's what they say it will do.
I think it would be better if it was sort of wired into the stereo system, so if your wife left you, it could play Phil Collins. That would be better. I can't sing any Phil Collins songs before you.
Can't remember any.
And I'm not going to sing You If You Leave Me Now. That's Chicago, actually.
Yeah.
I take away the biggest... And why am I saying this to you? I don't want to say this to you.
I've been working with these...
James,
No,
have you
look.
got brochure news?
I have got brochure news, consumer news, something we're often criticised for not doing on Top Gear. This is the brochure for the BMW 3 Series. Now, there's a range of options on this car. There are 13 colours, there are 8 or 9 interior trim colours, and there are 5 different finishes for the wood on the dashboard. So BMW have helpfully made one of those charts that show you what you can have with what, putting a little black blob, do you know what I mean, next to the things you can have. And here is the chart. There you are.
Well, hang on.
That's,
It's just got a blob on. You can have,
It's just-
have anything, they should have just said.
that's just a waste of paper.
Yeah, exactly.
You're wrong, you see. Look! There! No blob.
They've done that whole page just to tell you you can't have... What's that, then?
Well, that means if you are thinking of buying a 3 Series, you cannot have beige vertex upholstery with any colour and burr walnut wood.
See, that's just fascism, isn't it?
It is really. I mean,
Take you a while to spot the one missing blob
one
in a
missing
BMW
thing.
blob, did it? I wish I'd been there when you did that.
I did that after I
Share that
calculated how
search
many
with
revs my
Did you?
portion.
Just to share that search.
I
Is there?
think-
Is there?
I think they did that page, realised that everything was available with everything, and thought that's embarrassing, so they deliberately took one out to make the page look relevant. I bet if you go in and ask
Is that why they
for it-
deliberately lost the war?
Probably, yeah. I bet if you go in and ask for it, you can have it.
Right, now listen. You know the government has pledged to halve the amount of carbon dioxide that we all make, within the next 17 years, OK? Now, there's this woman on the Climate Change Committee, which is a sort of government thing. She says that we've all, basically, all of us, including you with your Peugeot 406, have got to buy an electric vehicle. And she says these electric vehicles are going to run on novel batteries charged by carbon-free electricity that we shall somehow make without harming any fluffy polar bears or anything.
What does she mean by novel batteries? Novel.
Well, obviously she has no idea how these batteries will actually work. other than the fact they're going to be running on magic and made in the forest by goblins. No idea.
So she hasn't really worked out the details of this, has
No.
she? She's sort of worked for Citroën.
No,
Is she good looking?
Is she what?
Good looking.
I have actually got a picture of her here. You ready?
Well, maybe she's funny. Rich. Really dirty. Not enough?
This is the woman that's going to ruin your life.
Maybe she's all of those things.
I would rather see it and improve this. I'm going to need someone to spit in my mouth. Could you do it?
I can't. It's not going to be spit
No,
as
just-
such, but it'll do the trick. Do you want to do this? What should we move
Oh
on?
yes, no, I'm sorry, there is
Can
one
I just
more thing.
mention, while you're topping up on somebody else's spit?
Yes.
The Catalunya racetrack near Barcelona. They have finally decided, they're now permitting, and I am quoting here, they've finally permitted human remains to be scattered on the track. You can scatter human remains all over. So presumably that means really bad racing crashes are now allowed for the first
No,
time.
Richard, I think it means after you're dead, if you're a fan of the track, you can be, scattered on it.
Oh, I see, yeah.
Although that said, do you have to be cremated, or you could just go down there and be part of the tyre wall? Yeah, that's a good idea. I'd quite like to just...
I think what they mean is that when somebody's dead, you can scatter their ashes on their favourite bit of the track.
God, no, that would be lethal. Because it'd be, oh, he's in the lead, he's in the lead. Oh, no, he's skidded off on a bit of Frank Dobson from Batley and he's in the...
What, the former health minister?
Yeah.
You suggested the former health ministers
Will be spread
London
over
mayor
there.
contender is going to be
Yeah.
scattered on the...
It was the first name that came to mind.
That's fantastic.
I think it's a good idea. Well, if there's a really bad oil spill on one of the corners, they could just soak it up with... soak it up with Frankie Howard, I was going to say.
It's what he would have wanted.
Frankie Howard, where are these names coming from? You've both gone mad. I've had this idea, though. Honestly, I was thinking about this just the other day. When I die, OK, I want them to put my body in Peter Mandelson's front room. Just to be annoying. I think it would annoy him, because I bet he's got a really minimalist house.
Just have you there, rotting. Not preserved or anything, then.
No,
just
and all
not,
his friends come back and they'd say, what's that? It's Jeremy Clarkson, he's rotten.
not mummified, just rotting.
No, just left, literally.
But he's made a start on that
liquefied.
already. Look, he's already...
Shall we do a bit more? No, I tell you what, we're going to stop doing the news now.